Just like me is something that people say a lot either about themselves or, just like everybody else is something that people say when they're talking about the rights that people have. You should be able to go do X, Y, Z just like everybody else does. You have the right to own things just like everybody else does. I sort of hung my hat on that just like me phrase. The article that I read that was posted by Jason from Jason's Connection, and it was about the sort of feel-good news story that comes out about the young man who asks the young lady with a disability label to prom, and how that ends up getting on the news and is something big and special, and how that actually can be damaging. If that person wants to go to prom with that young lady, it can be just that. It doesn't have to be sort of built up to this, this one label, normal kid asked out this other label, person with a disability, to prom, and it's this big special thing. Why can't it just be two people went to prom? What happens when we create a situation where an event or a time that people get together and spend time together is built and centered around a label or a certain group of people, rather than letting people get together and share common interests? I was at a tap event, actually, and there was a group of people that decided they were going to go out afterward. And so there were, 15 or 20 of us that went out afterward, and we were at a local establishment, just kind of hanging out. Some people were having drinks, some people were having soda, some people were eating, some people weren't, just great conversation, just a group of people going out and grabbing a bite. And one of the guys at the table started talking about poker. I love poker, and he started passing around a sheet of paper and asking people, do you want to get together some night and play some poker? Sure, I like Texas Hold'em. He's a Texas Hold'em guy. I'll come play. When do you want to do it? I threw my name on that. By the time we were done, he had this great big list, and there were 11 or 12 people that were all interested in going to play poker, and that interaction between people didn't have anything to do with anybody's labels, right? You could certainly dissect that list of people that he invited and say, this person has disability X, this person works for this particular organization, this person is a professional in the field of human services. You could dissect that list and add all kinds of labels to all of those people. But what it was not was the creation of disability poker night, I guess, and that's kind of a snarky way to say it, but that's what it was not, and that's what made it so great. Because nobody cares who has what label in that group on that list. It's just people getting together to play poker. It was just about connecting with people and saying, I want to go play poker with people just like me. Just like me being people who like poker, people who like to play cards. Not just like me, people who have an anxiety disorder, or people who struggle in social situations, or people with a physical disability of some sort, or people who are struggling with chemical dependency. Like I said, that list had all kinds of labels you could have attached to it. The challenge that I had started with this argument that tends to lie within care organizations, and there are two sort of sides of the street on this. There's the relationship is important, and you need to build trust and help that person feel good about the fact that you're there helping them, but you can't get too close argument. I have to ask myself that question. Would I be a part of your life if I wasn't paid to be here today? You're touching someone's life. You're a part of their life. But why are you there? Are you there because you're being paid to be there? Would you be there if you weren't being paid? And for that reason, you want to, build trust and be close, but you also need to establish that boundary so that they understand why you're there. So that's one side of the road. The other side, I think, is regardless of the fact that I'm here getting paid to be here, I know that stuff, but I want this person to like me, and I want the work that I do to matter on more than just a level of, did I do what I was supposed to do today with this person? Can I go fill out the chart the way I'm supposed to fill out the chart? Can I check the box that says I did what I was supposed to do today? Yes. But at the end of the day, was it about that? Was it about accomplishing a task? Or was it about working with a person and getting to know them and being their friend and at the same time meeting their needs? And it's okay to have a close relationship, and it's okay for that person to understand that I care about them and I want them to be happy and successful and live a full life. And that's the other side of the road. So I think the challenge is buried in that somewhere. The challenge for us as organizations and for us as people that are providing support is to try really, really hard to make sure that we don't forget about that connection. You still have to let yourself get close enough so that that person knows that they matter to you.